Hey, it's me again. So I told you I was going to definitely keep you up to date on everything that is going on with my journey, and so I'm back. First things first, I definitely want to give kudos to all of those people who have like phenomenal YouTube videos with like beautiful lighting and backdrops. Because it's rough. I moved from the kitchen to the bathroom. I'm trying to make this as nice and neat as polished. So kudos to all those people who have like fantastic videos. I'm trying to get on y'all level. I really am. I'm trying to learn how to edit these videos and make it look fantabulous for my people. So kudos to y'all. I'm almost there. But anyway, this is another update video about everything. And kind of before I get into the update, I want to take a second and talk about something. I want to launch this whole, I guess you want to call it a trending topic or whatever, but it's going to be called Small Victories. And the reason for that is because I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to do the most mightiest of mightiest things when we start on a journey, and it's just not realistic. And I want us to be able to celebrate those really small victories. That means, you know, for instance, if you're trying to have natural hair, if you can, you know, if you're transitioning and you get an inch of hair cut off from your relaxed ends, that's a small victory toward an even bigger goal of you being natural completely. With regards to working out and losing weight, if you find that you drink one more cup of water than you do normally, that's a small victory. If you can get on the treadmill and last 5 minutes longer than you usually do, that's a small victory. And so I just kind of want us to get into the mindset of small victories are monumental, and those small victories, once you add them together, become you know, amazing. They become great, and that's what we need to look into. Too many times you hear people say, I want this is the end game, and I'm like, but what are you going to do to make that end goal reachable? You have to start off with small things. So small victories, pound small victories. Whenever you do something great, tweet about it, Instagram about it, and say it's a small victory. Okay, that's the lifestyle I'm living now. Everything is a small victory for me, and when I noticed it, I said it aloud. That was a small victory. I'm super proud of myself. So my small victory for the past week or two has been walking. Now, you know, I do the T25, but let's be honest, that becomes really boring really quickly. You have to do the same like 6 workouts 6 times a week for 5 weeks. Before you know it, you get bored. And if you're anything like me, you started and then you stopped and then you started again, and now you're back on it full time. So you've done these exercises more times than enough, and so you become physically bored with it. I'm one of those people, I can't afford to have a gym membership, especially because I'm paying back student loans now. So I'm trying to figure out things that work out for me, that get the job done and save me money. And so walking. Now, where I live in South Carolina now, and I live in an apartment complex where from the turn-in entrance to our unit to the very back of our unit where the garbage cans are is 1 mile. That's 1 mile. So I'm trying to walk that mile. I want to get to a point where I can walk that mile going one way and coming back. So essentially I walk 2 miles. Now, for someone who's really heavy, I'm really heavy and I have really bad lower back pains, which are over time getting better. I can tell you that. That's a small victory. It's getting better. So Again, being a little heavier and having a back that hurts a lot, I can't go straight into walking that 1 mile or those 2 miles, because by the time I get there, you're gonna have to call 911 to come get me back home. So what I did this past week was I challenged myself to walk from my apartment to the mailboxes. Now, from my apartment to the mailboxes, it's about a 1-minute drive, but if you have to walk, it's definitely longer. So the first time I walked, and I'm actually going to show you the video. So I'm going to show you the video now. All right, I did it. Walked from my apartment to the mailboxes. Took me about 6 minutes and 40 seconds just to walk this way. Now let's walk back. And so, like you can see, the first time I walked, it took me about 6 minutes and 42 seconds to get to the mailboxes. I was winded, I was sweating, I took a little break, and then I walked back to my apartment, and it took me about 7 minutes and maybe 30 seconds, so a little bit more time to get back to my apartment. But I was so happy with myself. I didn't sit down immediately. I kind of just leaned over the balcony and just kind of let my back get a little bit of stretch, and I was really proud of myself. So that for me was a really small victory, because I had never walked the most I had done is maybe walk from my apartment to the garbage cans, and even that was stressful in my life. Okay, so that was my first small victory. So I walked from the mailbox back to my apartment in about 14 minutes, which I was really proud of myself. So the next time I did it was a few days later, and I walked again from my apartment to the mailboxes. I think that time it was like 7 minutes walking to the mailboxes, but on the way back the walk was a lot shorter. It was like just at 6 minutes. So I was like, oh my God, we're getting better. I did it again, and I walked this time from my apartment to the mailboxes, walked back, but rather than just stopping at my apartment and going back in the house, I walked to the garbage cans, which are a little bit more which is a little further away, and then I walked back to my apartment, and I felt great. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying small victories, okay? Little things like that. Today is Sunday. I did the same thing, even though I went a little further. I walked from my apartment to the management office, which is about 500 feet, if not more, from the mailboxes. So I walked from my apartment to the management office, from the management office to the garbage cans, from the garbage cans to my car, because I had to go run get a newspaper, which is not in walking distance. Sorry, y'all. Small victories. So I was really proud of myself for accomplishing that. And yes, my back hurt. It did. But once I reached the spot where I plan on stopping, I stand there for a second, you know, I stretch a little bit, I turn my back, and you know, I get my wind, and then I walk back. What's really important is that the walk up is it has a gradual incline, because I do live in a kind of hilly area, so the walks up are always a little bit more intense than the walks back. But I'm proud of myself. This is something that I can do to get outside and get some fresh air. I have to be careful though, because there are skunks and raccoons and all type of random animals over here, and if you ever want to see me run, unleash something behind me that scares me. So I have to be really careful. I do everything in the daytime because I'm freaked out by nature. I'm a Chicago girl. I'm not used to country living. But again, small victories. You have to be happy. You have to be proud of yourself. And so that's my update right now, because it's incorporating a different type of workout. Food wise, you know, I'm doing better with those. The other day I had a really good smoothie after a workout. It was strawberry and cucumber, and it was really, really good. You could taste the cucumber, you could taste the strawberry, but I just went and put a little honey in it, and we were all good. I'm blessed because my mom is about to help me purchase a deep freezer. So, you know, she's like, I want you to continue on this health journey. And if that means we have to get you a deep freezer so that you, when you have money to go grocery shopping, you can buy a little bit more so you can keep the foods you need, then we're going to get you a deep freezer. So I'm getting one of those this week. I'm super excited. That's how you know when you become an adult, because things like deep freezers make you happy. I'm just saying. So I'm getting this deep freezer, and now I can continue to just buy things in bulk. I went to Sam's Club the other day, yesterday actually, and I don't have a membership, but I think I may have to get one just for like the chicken breast and the fish and the fruits and the vegetables, because I can keep them a lot longer. So again, y'all, keep in mind everything is a small victory, or everything is a victory. You shouldn't set goals and expect yourself to walk 1 mile if you've never walked a mile before. It's not possible. Take your time. Nobody says everything has to happen, you know, when you say it does. And I just think that's something we really need to do in order to stick with our goals. We need to be really realistic in what it is we want and what we're willing and able to do. So if you're anything like me and you're tired of just like kind of working out in the house and you want to get outside, or even if you're tired of working out in the gym, you know, the treadmill only goes, you know, it keeps repeating itself. You aren't going anywhere. You know, go outside. The weather in the South isn't so bad. Now, if you're in the Midwest, if you're back home in Chicago, you're probably not walking anywhere. But you are getting exercise by shoveling a lot of snow. So you're building muscle and you're getting your cardio doing that. But if you're in a position where you can go outside and actually walk. It's not going to take anything from you. Put your headphones on, get you some good music. I play a lot of Jay-Z and Beyonce, I know. But Jay-Z's Blueprint and the Black Album definitely have songs that get you, 1, inspired, 2, mad, and ready to just do something. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to be Jay-Z when I grow up. Just saying. So it definitely gives you inspiration. You realize you're doing something you love. But do it in moderation. And celebrate your small victories. Because if you don't, nobody else is going to do it. So at least give yourself that much. Alright? So please continue to comment on the videos. Subscribe if you're not. You know, tag your friends in this. Tell your friends to watch it. So we can all be happy and healthier together. And I will see y'all next time.